group, the National Council of La Raza, concluded its annual conference in Los Angeles this week. Many of the nation's most powerful political and business leaders spoke at the conference and pledged their support to La Raza's cause. Tonight, La Raza is taking issue with this broadcast reports on the conference, specifically this portion of our report Monday evening.
The National Council of La Raza not only advocates amnesty, it helps illegal aliens avoid apprehension by immigration authorities. Its website promotes a link to a 3-page National Immigration Law Center paper titled Immigration Enforcement, Know Your Rights at Home and at Work.
La Raza's president and CEO, Janet Murguia, joins us tonight from Los Angeles. Janet, good to see you. Were we wrong?
I think it's just the characterization, Lou, but I appreciate being on the show here to talk to you about it. I think the way you're characterizing so much of what happens through our organization and at the conference, the fact that you say we're promoting amnesty, for instance, when we know what we're talking about when it comes to immigration reform is really not amnesty. It's about a comprehensive solution to this broken system that we have that would actually make people walk through certain very onerous steps to earn legalization. And I guess the way that you say we promote illegal immigration or illegal aliens, and I just want to make sure you understand that we want to make sure we're promoting a sensible, rational solution to immigration reform. And of course, at our conference, we covered other issues besides immigration. It is the issue of the day, right, and we wanted to focus on it. But as an organization, we work to promote opportunities for Hispanics in this country and to really help them, be more successful and to help them achieve the American dream. So I just wanted to make it clear that in that particular link in the reference, we feel it's important for people to be informed of their rights when in this country, and it's just important for that information to be put out there. And the way that it was characterized is what I took issue with, but we are committed at this organization to really promote opportunities for Hispanics in this country. And yes, we are a civil rights organization, so we will talk about those issues and do what we think is best in getting to those policy solutions we believe will advance the community.
Right, and as we've documented on this broadcast many times over the years, Janet, you and I have a different view about what is the appropriate and best policy for this nation. But I really do want to, if you did not find error, but take exception to the characterization, let me ask you this, as a civil rights organization, when you link to the Immigration Law Center, and they advise, quote, if you hear, speaking to an illegal alien in this, if you hear that immigration has been asking questions about you at your job, it is possible that officers may show up at your house. If this is the case, try to find a way not to be at your home for a couple of days. That sounds like you're telling someone to avoid law enforcement.
No, it's just a matter of, obviously we tell everyone in our community to respect law enforcement, but it's also important to know that they have some individual rights when in this country, and that's consistent with what's in the Constitution and the 14th Amendment, and I don't think there's anything wrong with informing people of what their rights are.
If you open your door, if the officer asks if he can come in, and you say yes, you're probably consenting to his entering your home. The best thing to do is keep the door closed and ask the officer to identify himself, then ask to see a warrant. Do not open the door if he cannot show you a warrant. An officer is not allowed to force you to consent to entering the house. For example, if your house is surrounded by Border Patrol or immigration cars with their lights flashing and the officer is holding his gun as he asks for permission to enter home and you say yes because you're afraid, a court would probably not consider this to be a valid consent. That's really remarkable at a time. I understand the rights and lawful, but the suggestion that people should not respect the law.
That's not what we're saying, Lou.
Yeah.
We're saying that is the law, and it's consistent with the 14th Amendment of our Constitution.
Well,
we are not
that's an
saying...
interesting thing to say, because, and I'm not an attorney, and I will defer to you because I'm sure you're well advised on this, and obviously deal with the subject daily and thoroughly. But the idea that any citizen Well, in this case, you wouldn't be a citizen. But the idea that anyone...
But they could be citizens. They could be citizens.
But this
a lot of times,
is clearly aimed at the illegal aliens, and
idea... Well, no,
I guess what I'm saying to you, Janet, is why not just admit that we've got people breaking the law, and it's really time for it to end?
Well, we need a solution, and that's why we're promoting comprehensive immigration reform, because we need to have a solution, but nobody else seems to be focusing on the fact that if we don't get a solution soon, you're going to have continual individual acts, you're going to have continual acts at the state and local government. We need a comprehensive solution so we can put an end to all of this.
I've got to tell you what offends me far more. Just between you and me, no one else, just you and me, Janet. Was listening to the remarks of Karl Rove and former President Bill Clinton at your conference, pandering and suggesting, just to me, the most outrageous tones, that this debate is framed in racism, and it was just, I think, embarrassing.
Lou,
particularly Karl Rove's comments. I mean, my gosh.
Well, Lou, that's not what they were saying, and I think
I know what they were saying. I'm telling you what they were saying from my interpretation.
Lou,
I was there by videotape, the magic of television.
Well, but I was there, and I'm telling you, it's interesting to note, if nothing else, that you have President Clinton and Karl Rove coming together in agreement on a solution that must be comprehensive for this immigration reform system
Janet,
to be fixed.
There's something about combining Karl Rove and Bill Clinton that makes me awful nervous.
Well, it should give us hope that there can be people with differences of opinions who can come together on one solution. And we need to have a solution, and it needs to be comprehensive. And if you think that they're pandering, that's your opinion, Lou. But the fact of the matter is, they understand how important the Hispanic community is and how important it is to communicate to the Hispanic community at this important time.
And we appreciate that's where I go wrong, because I don't know how important the Hispanic community is. I do know how important Hispanic American citizens are, and I don't frame folks in community terms.
Well,
maybe that's because I'm a troglodyte.
Well, Lou, I'm a Hispanic American citizen. I can speak for myself, and I appreciated the fact that they were both there and that they were communicating to the Hispanic community, to Hispanic American citizens, and to the country that this is an important issue and we need to have a comprehensive solution to it. And if Karl Rove and President Clinton can agree, and if Governor Schwarzenegger and Mayor Villaraigosa can agree, all those, Governor Richardson, all agreed that we needed a comprehensive solution to this problem.
Then the rest of us don't need to have an opinion. We've got those luminaries coming together with their great minds.
It's an example, Lou, of how there is a growing coalition, that bipartisan, that can come together on this.
Well, it's sure an example of 5 folks in front of your group saying what you wanted to hear. I'll say that much. Janet,
they're not the only 5 folks who believe this, Lou.
Those are just the 5 we mentioned.
Yeah, but you know that. There is a broad, growing coalition that understands we need a comprehensive solution.
You know, I'm going to give you the last word, Janet. I like you. Janet Verghia, thanks for being here, the President, CEO of the National Council of Raza.